Hello aviators, I welcome you once again on board flight of Captain Vijay in the series of flights to study air regulations for Dgca Cpl and Atpl examination. Today we will fly through an interesting and important topic of Transponder and Tcas, which stands for Traffic Alert and Collision Avoidance System. So fasten your seatbelts as we are ready for takeoff. Transponder is an airborne equipment carried on board an aircraft to respond to interrogation signals of secondary surveillance radar. And that is why it is called transponder, since it is responding to some interrogation. If you want to get into more details, you can watch my YouTube video specially made on working of secondary surveillance radar. Transponder transmits a special code in mode alpha, which is set by the pilot, and this code is given by ATC before departure. Mostly this code remains same throughout the flight. Basically, radar controller can see the aircraft on his radar scope and also the transponder code. So, the aircraft is easily, precisely and accurately identified on the radar scope. Transponder also has another mode called mode Charlie. With mode Charlie active, transponder also transmits the aircraft height in terms of flight level. So the radar controller has a real-time information about the current flight level or height of aircraft, and he is in a good position to ensure vertical separation between air traffic. As per the rule, transponder, if serviceable, has to be kept on throughout the duration of the flight unless asked by ATC to switch off. Transponder code. Transponder code consists of 4 numbers in the range of 0 to 7. Digit 8 and 9 is not available for selection. The ground station, that is the interrogator of secondary surveillance radar, transmits a coded signal that prompts the aircraft transponder to reply at a frequency of 1090 MHz. The response from aircraft will be mode alpha code and height information also if mode Charlie is also selected on. Squawk ident. The transponder has a facility to enable the radar controller to automatically identify the specific radar contact in addition to mode alpha code. This can be activated by selection of the ident button on the transponder panel, and the pilots are not to squawk ident except when instructed by the ATC or radar controller. A transponder can transmit 4096 different possible codes, and out of these 4096 possible codes, certain codes are reserved to indicate special situation. They are as follows and also important from the exam point of view. Mode alpha 7700 is to be selected when there is an emergency on board aircraft. Mode alpha 7600 to be selected if there is a radio communication failure. And mode alpha 7500 indicates that the aircraft is under unlawful interference or it has been hijacked. Altitude reporting function mode Charlie. Mode Charlie encodes and transmits the aircraft altitude with reference to 1013 hectopascal as datum, irrespective of what you have set on altimeter. So we can legally say that mode Charlie transmits flight level and not altitude. Apart from mode alpha and mode Charlie, some transponders also have mode Sierra. Mode Sierra is capable of transmitting data to ground station and even to an airborne interrogator of another aircraft. Mode Alpha transmits transponder code, Mode Charlie transmits height in flight level, and Mode Sierra can transmit data like aircraft call sign, its current location in terms of latitude and longitude, height, ground speed, and vertical speed. So a controller on ground has the entire information about the flight progress. Moving on to TCAS. TCAS stands for Traffic Alert and Collision Avoidance System. TCAS is also known as ACAS, which stands for Airborne Collision Avoidance System. Both the terminologies are same. Tcas was introduced in 1980 since there was a large number of cases of mid-air collisions. Currently, you can safely assume that all aircraft engaged in commercial transport operations are mandated to have Tcas on board. So what is the objective of Tcas? Objective of Tcas is to prevent mid-air collision. And how it is achieved? It is achieved by displaying the relative position, distance and height of nearby air traffic on a display screen. Tcas has two versions, Tcas 1 and Tcas 2. Tcas 1 only provides alert of nearby traffic and pilot has to visually locate the traffic and avoid collision by maneuvering if required. Tcas 2 provides both alerting as well as climb or descent commands to prevent collision, and these commands are called RA, which stands for Resolution Advisory, if collision is imminent. It gives climb and descent commands to pilot to prevent a collision. For Tcas to work, both mother aircraft as well as the intruder must be equipped with serviceable transponder on board. So Tcas is an extension of transponder. That is why Tcas panel in cockpit is also same as transponder panel. In RVSM airspace, Tcas is mandatory. So if Tcas is not working or not available, you cannot fly in RVSM airspace. And the flight level between 290 and 410 is not available for use in RVSM airspace without Tcas. Now let's have a look at how information of nearby traffic is displayed by a Tcas system. First of all, let's see what is the generic range of a Tcas system. A Tcas 2 system is capable of locating nearby air traffic at a distance of approximately 40 nautical mile and within a height band of plus minus 9,900 feet from the mother aircraft. Airspace around the mother aircraft is divided into 4 zones. Zone 1 is for displaying other traffic. A traffic is considered as other traffic if it is within the Tcas range and within plus minus 2,700 feet of mother aircraft. It is displayed as a hollow white diamond. This traffic display is only for situational awareness and this traffic is not a threat and no action is required by the pilot. Zone 2 is proximate traffic. A traffic is considered proximate traffic if it is within the Tcas range and within plus minus 1200 feet of mother aircraft. This is displayed as solid white diamond. This is also displayed for the purpose of situational awareness only. This traffic is not a threat and no pilot action is required. Zone 3 is the alert of traffic advisory. This is displayed for traffic which are approximately 35 to 45 seconds from likely point of impact. It is indicated by a solid amber or a yellow circle. This traffic can become a threat later. So pilot action is to look visually for the traffic and assess the conflict, and no maneuvering is required to be done. Last and the final zone is zone 4, the innermost zone. This traffic is a threatening traffic and likely to result in a mid-air collision. This is displayed for traffic which are approximately 20 to 30 seconds from point of impact. This is displayed as a solid red square, and this will generate resolution advisory commands and the pilot must promptly climb or descend as per the resolution advisory audio commands. Now let's discuss a scenario when mother aircraft is equipped with transponder with Tcas 2 mode. If the intruder aircraft does not have a transponder on board, you will get no information about that traffic, since for Tcas to work, both mother aircraft as well as intruder must have transponder on board. Second case, intruder has a serviceable transponder with mode alpha only. In this case, since height information of intruder is not available, your Tcas can only provide you with traffic alert and it cannot provide resolution advisory. Third case, Intruder aircraft has transponder with mode Charlie. In this case, height information of intruder is available, hence your TCAS can provide you with both TA as well as RA. Fourth case is intruder aircraft has a transponder with mode Sierra. In this case, since data can be shared between both aircraft, both TA and RA will be available, and also the RA commands will be coordinated between these two aircraft. The one who is higher will be given a climb command, and the one which is lower will be given a descent commands. Types of TCAS alert. TCAS generates alerts consisting of traffic advisory and resolution advisory, short named TA and RA respectively. TA commands are given by audio sound of traffic. Pilots are supposed to look visually for nearby traffic, but no maneuver is to be done in response to a traffic advisory. However, if an RA is generated, RA commands are given by audio sound of climb, or descend. The pilot is to respond immediately by climbing or descending as commanded by RA. If ATC asks you to descend but TCAS has given you climb, the TCAS commands take priority and the pilots must follow TCAS command irrespective of ATC instructions. So with this, we have completed the video lesson on transponder and TCAS and we have arrived at our destination. If you have liked the video, please subscribe the channel, like, share and comment. Hope to see you on board again for the next flight. Until then, happy landings.